Everyone is struggling with attention. It's being sapped out of you, moment by moment, hour by hour. It's being taken from you.
I've struggled with attention my entire life. I hate how being distracted makes me feel. And on any...
Today, I'm going to be telling you everything that you need to know about this new nootropic drink that's just hit the market before you part with your hard-earned cash. I even had a guy who dosed it for some of the biggest supplement companies in the UK tear this nutritional panel apart. Now, this is James Smith's and Chris Williamson's new drink called New Tonic, and I actually like both of them, so I'm going to try and keep my bias out of this, just to make sure that you don't get ripped off. To give this some substance, I also used to work in a supplement shop for 3 years, so it was literally my full-time job to advise people on supplements, dosages, ingredients, and what they would actually need. So don't try and pull the wool over my eyes. Firstly, the packaging, big fan of. The drink actually feels super smooth. You know, like when you shaved your legs for the first time? No, me neither. It feels kind of like that. They've done really well with the feel and the texture of the can and the way it looks. But more importantly, what's in the drink? Now, one of the first primary ingredients that we'll see on the back of the can is cognizin. And this is known for its brain boosting potential and very good for people and athletes who in sport need to keep a level head in the game, or they need to push through some very difficult training session, which if you're super tired or run down, quite good. Now, cognizin also, in a sciencey way, helps the production of phospholipids. Now, these basically make up 30% of the brain's tissue. Again, useful for anyone who's got a brain. Keeps you sharp and helps maintain mental awareness, which is why I always tend to use nootropic as a pre-workout for the last 2 or 3 years anyway, because I'm just not about the heavy stim life anymore. Jack 3D and the craves as you're shitting through the eye of a needle. It also helps you flex your mind. You know those old school clips of Arnie where it's like, good to pump. Every day I'm in the gym, I feel like coming.
I'm like getting the feeling of coming in the gym, I'm getting the feeling of coming at home.
That kind of thing, that mind-muscle connection is also what cognizin is actually pretty useful for. Next one, rhodiola rosea, which is known as an adaptogen, basically a plant, which helps reduce stress, fatigue, helps relaxation. It's also even quoted to help with the old mating game. Next one, L-theanine, which I've been a big fan of for a long time, especially since I've been banging on about it in the podcast, which really helps with, again, stress relief, relaxation, sleep, 3 big components when you're trying to be productive. And the thing that I like is as well, it's dosed at 400 milligrams per can. Now, the recommended dose of L-theanine is about 200 to 400 milligrams. So I like the fact with all the compounds, not in micro doses just to put it on the can, they're actually giving it a good old bang for your buck. The next one is Panax ginseng. It's one that I've not seen before, I had to look it up. It's for cognitive function. Also helps with thinking, arithmetic skills and reaction times, and also even may help with middle-aged people, more so over young adults. So if you're someone who this is marketed to, a guy in an office or someone who needs to stay focused for a while or listen or be attentive, then again, another good ingredient to put on the panel. Lastly, B vitamins. Most supplements usually put 3 on there. They've actually got the entire B vitamin panel on there, all 8 of them, which is fantastic to see. And these are all 100% of the NRV, which is your nutritional reference value. Put that on there for anyone who gives a shit. But now for the important bit, taste test. So we've brought in a willing participant.
Hello.
Mr. Callum Hibbard. We've got the different drinks. The reason why I've included these ones is because usually these are the ones you'll find in places like WH Smith or grab and go places if New Tonic eventually ends up there. So taste test. You're gonna taste them, I'll tell you which is which.
No, that gets a 5. Have you done something to that one?
No.
What's that? It tastes like salty.
It's got reminiscent of penis around the ring.
This genuinely is like a 2 or 3 for me. That one's not amazing. This one, do you know how tea smells really nice, but tastes like piss? It's that, it's like, it's weak. Oh no. That one's nice, but it tastes sugary.
What would you rate that 1 out of 10?
I mean, it tastes nice, but I like diet drinks.
It's 0 sugar, I think.
Oh, it is 0 sugar?
The only thing I'd make it a 7 out of 7 is if Chris Williamson himself was pouring it into my mouth and giving me reminiscence of the podcast or something while I was doing it.
You know what, like all jokes aside, I thought that was a full sugar drink. Yeah. It tastes that nice.
It tastes very sweet, which
I
like.
Nice.
I like a really sweet energy drink.
I like that a lot.
And cost-wise, £2 in a service station.
That was not great.
£2.50 in a service station, £1.80, and I bought 12 of these for £24, so £2, reasonable price in comparison to everything else.
Which was which, sorry?
Prime was the one that spat out, and the one that tasted like penis juice.
Is that the one that was salty?
Yeah, mate, that is fucking minging by like. The reason why we included Prime as well, it's formulated as a hydration drink, that has 40 milligrams or 70 milligrams. I did a review in a previous video. So for example, the hydration drinks that I take in the sticks have 1 gram of sodium.
Of sodium, what does that have, sorry?
70 I think it is, or 40. Which is fucking insane. So basically, stop wasting your money on this because bullshit. So, the workout was good. The pumps were pumping, the juices were flowing. Now, my only drawback to the product New Tonic is that could it have been made in a powder form? Maybe. Is it going to be product 2.0 for Chris and James? Who knows? I personally like a powder. Like, I think it's convenient to be able to whiz around, take around, not order crates. Now, I also whizzed this past one of my friends who, as I said, formulates for one of the mainstream supplement companies around the globe and has made products himself. I wasn't trying to catch anyone out. I sent him it without the brand of who it was, just to make sure that there wasn't any bias there. And this is what he came back with. He said, honestly, I'd say it's the best can I've ever seen personally. 500 milligram CDP choline is incredible. My fave source of choline, expensive and can increase dopamine also. Never usually see it in a can, which is great. Great dose of theanine that soothes out the jitters from caffeine. Rhodiola is a inhibitor that stops the breakdown of dopamine. Fun fact that Vikings used to use this ingredient to go into berserker mode. So if you plan on going to war and growing a beard, potentially may be beneficial. Ginseng been shown to improve mood at this dose, also working as a potential serotonin. Accompanied with the rundown of B vitamins, I would be extremely struggled to find a can anywhere near to match that, mate. So based on my review, why the strong title? Well, if we dive into the launch video that James and Chris kicked off with, these are some of the comments that are on there. Sell out, another energy drink can. Just a lot of shitty comments, and I think as a young guy with a business, I think it's great to have an alternative such as this that I can go to, grab off the shelf, maybe in the future, that doesn't have me super stimmed or really buzzed off my cake. And maybe when you first try it, it's not going to send you off your rocket, and there's not going to be that immediate impact such as the skin tingling scratches of beta-alanine. But I think in the long term, you're better with your bang for your buck, focus on something that is going to give you more productivity. I was this guy when I first started my business that would bang 4 monsters in every day, just try and keep focused and go into monk mode and keep me up and be able to churn out decent amounts of work without crashing. And you know what? I did want to try and find something wrong with the can, because a lot of people will probably see James Smith with a fitness app, which is a rival to ours in the space. I think when good people are doing good things and releasing good products, it deserves to be spoken about.